Welcome to the Super Expander podcast. My name is Corrine Phelps, your host. I'm a business and growth coach, money mindset expert, and a multi-passionate entrepreneur. My journey has taken me all over, from working in finance to owning a boutique fitness studio. I found myself burnt out, miserable, and questioning everything. Saying things to myself like, there's got to be more to life than this. Refusing to settle for a mediocre existence, I went all in, learning how to harness untapped potential and rewire the subconscious mind to create an extraordinary life. The last 10 years have been a crash course in self-love, building a business, creating community, building wealth, and doing what it takes to just freaking go for it. My mission is to help you align to your purpose, rewire your subconscious to support your big dreams and vision, and create a life that you're absolutely obsessed with. So sit back, tune in, and prepare to expand. Hello, super expanders. How are you doing? So in our last episode, our last solo episode, we dove into really how it is that you find access and step into your own zone of genius. And I promised there would be another piece to this. So one, if you hadn't had a chance to listen to that, I would say it would be a really great thing to stop right now and go back and listen to that first and then pick up here. Because every single one of us has a talent, a zone of genius, and stepping into that piece of who we are is literally the key to creating an extraordinary life, and having yourself feel a sense of ease and abundance while you do it. Because we all know, either through our own experience or by watching someone else, that you can achieve extraordinary results, but oftentimes it's to the detriment of our health, to the people in our life, because it's, to basically not really having space and time in our own lives to actually live our life. And when we start to step into our zone of genius, operate from that place, and literally make it a priority, everything shifts and changes, from opening up space and time to literally live and enjoy life, to achieving extraordinary, impeccable, amazing results in a short amount of time, and doing it with expending less energy. Because when we work in our zone of genius, things happen quickly. They happen with what feels to be less effort. Not to say that you're not putting effort in, but when we're in our genius, it just doesn't feel that way. Time melts away and things really get to happen quickly. And so a natural extension of that piece, I believe, is once you know that, you also have to now become the leader of it. You need to become the leader of your life. And it had me really thinking about how it was that I was going to talk to you about this, how I was going to teach you this particular piece, because the first and foremost thing that I especially believe right now in the current world that we live in, the world needs more leaders. And what I mean by that, in that context, I believe that each and every one of us is meant to be a leader. It does not mean that you have to have a leadership role in a company, that sort of thing. But what I mean is that you really need to step into the leadership role of your life. It literally means that it is your responsibility. I also don't believe that just because you have a leadership role inside of a business, inside of a company, that sort of thing, that automatically makes you a leader. Leadership is an attitude that we can apply in every life situation. And when you start to see each moment as an invitation to lead, you will leap towards your highest potential, and the people around you will be moved, they will be inspired, and this is really what is going to change the world. And the beauty of leadership is that it doesn't depend on external situations. Think about this. Nelson Mandela led for 27 years while he was in prison. That is true leadership. A true leader really sees obstacles as only an exciting opportunity to find a way forward. So how can you become the leader of your life? How can you step into this kind of leadership in your life starting today, starting right now in this minute? So I think there are 6 principles in self-leadership. And the first one really begins with taking control of your thoughts. Think about it. Every single thing that has been created in this world began with a thought. This podcast that you're listening to began as the seed of a thought. The novel that you read, the book that you read began with just a thought. So it is absolutely imperative that we become the master of our thoughts. Top leaders know that what you think, you literally become. You cannot afford to let negative thoughts into your mind because they spread and manifest into the physical world. They manifest into words and into actions, and all of these things weave together your life. So it begins with truly becoming aware of the soundtrack of your mind. And through that awareness, beginning to shift. If you want to be a leader, if you want to be the leader of your life, watch your thoughts vigilantly and constantly. And as you become aware of them, choose the positive ones. And over time, it will truly just become a habit. The next principle is taking initiative in every situation. So I want you to think about this for a moment. You probably know someone who always waits to be told what to do. A coworker, a family member, a stranger. Possibly this one's landing and resonating, even that you might be someone who waits passively, idly watching as someone struggles with the door or with a bag full of groceries, rather than leading and lending a hand, taking the initiative to support and help another human being. Or inside of a project at work, maybe passively sitting back, not sure whether to take action or not. Personal development legends talk about this all of the time. People like Tony Robbins talk about taking initiative and leaping into action. And initiative inside of your own life and inside of your business is more important than ever. Prioritizing great work, impeccable product, high standards. Think about it. We are in the midst of an epidemic of people just consistently, constantly stuck in wearing the badge of busy. But I want to ask you, really, when you think about it, those people that consistently tell you how busy they are, what is the standard of their work? What is the standard of the product? What is the standard that they hold in their life? How effective are they? Virtually every single one we know has a calendar stacked as tight as a pile of bricks where no light can penetrate through. Yet really, what is the rate of effectiveness that is happening? We place so much importance on that, and the result is burnout and subpar work and subpar results with that. People work, but they are not always working on what matters. And a leader effectively prioritizes their own life, ruthlessly cutting the good for the great. And this really does connect so deeply to working in your zone of genius and knowing where to effectively put your energy into and where to offload things so that we can come together and make things in our zone of genius. Something that leaders do is they make the time and the space to reflect and prioritize. And part of that really means letting go of the need to take credit for everything. And what I mean by that is that leaders show up, they work in their zone of genius, they do their duty without needing praise for it. Leaving space also for new ideas and just being so open while prioritizing personal growth to a fault. I have a question for you. Have you joined the Super Expander free mentorship community? If not, what are you waiting for? Stop what you're doing right now and text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. Text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. I send out weekly tips and inspiration to help you grow your business, to step into your wealthiest, most highest self, to harness your full potential and live an exceptional and extraordinary life. And the best part is, it's really me sending those messages. So text me, say hello, and send me your questions. And the last two that I just mentioned, I really think they intertwine together. So being so open to other ideas, it really, that is one of the big pillars of leadership, self-leadership, and just leadership in general, is really being open to new ideas, having a beginner's mind. Because when we think that we know it all, is just literally the moment that we almost are made a fool. And part of that really is the the big piece of that is personal growth. So tirelessly working to evolve and grow, to step into our best self and perform better, even if that's just 1% every single day. So I'm going to summarize those 6 principles of self-leadership. So the first one, taking control of your thoughts, taking initiative in every situation, prioritizing great work, letting go of the need to consistently take credit, personal growth, and having an open mind, staying open, keeping that beginner's mind. So where exactly is it important that you show up as a leader in your life? At home, first and foremost. In your life, in your household, becoming someone who literally makes their environment impeccable, because our environment truly influences and impacts everything. The way you lead your children, the way that you interact with your life partner or your spouse. Number 2, at work, in your business, in your career, even if you're not in an official leadership role, go above and beyond your job, and the results will be literally miraculous. I promise you will stand out above the rest, and you will inspire the people around you. In your relationships, from the ones at home to the ones in the workplace to the relationships with your friends, and even just those day-to-day interactions with people in the world. We are social creatures, and by prioritizing relationships and human beings, so much impact will be made. Be the leader in your body, of your body. Show up and master the temple that you live in. Take care of your body and treat it like the most impeccable thing that it is, the gift that you walk around in. A healthy body signals determination, dedication, mental focus, and respect. When you take care of your body, people notice that and they see that. And I mean that not necessarily in an aesthetic way. It's an inspiration to see someone who walks around as a pinnacle of health. And not only that, you will have the energy and the clarity to be the leader in all arenas of your life. And of course, in your finances, you cannot show up powerfully if you are not a leader with your money, with your finances. And that doesn't mean that you have to be making millions and millions of dollars, but it does mean behaving responsibly, paying your bills on time, showing up with integrity, and really taking radical responsibility about your finances, inside of your finances. I am sure you've heard a story about a millionaire who couldn't make their mortgage payments on time, or they just couldn't make them at all because they lived recklessly, irresponsibly, they spent irresponsibly, and really were not a leader with their money. Or what about the athletes who literally makes, $200 million a year and ends up having to declare bankruptcy? Earning a lot of money does not always make you wealthy. So being a leader with money means that you don't neglect your responsibilities. Do you save and invest? Do you donate to charity? Do you pay your bills on time? Or do you avoid looking at your bank account like the plague? True leaders are entrusted with managing resources. So if you cannot manage your own, how can you show up to be a leader? So I hope you found my little riff here helpful, valuable, that some of it landed for you. I would love to know what you found most impactful, what it is you're going to take action on, where maybe you need to improve inside of your own life as a leader. Maybe you are knocking it out of the park in one arena, but there's another piece of your life that really needs a little bit more attention. I would love for you to reach out and let me know what landed and what you're going to take action on to step into that next level of leadership inside of your life. If you like what you heard, stop, drop, and leave a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And as always, sharing is caring, so snap a pic and share this episode with another super expander.